What's up, boys and girls? Welcome to the BFFs YouTube channel. Make sure you guys tap the bell, subscribe, like the video, and comment down below.
Brought to you by Raising Cane's. You guys have the tablecloth there. They're actually opening one 5 seconds away from
Cane's
me.
shirt.
Oh yeah, and I got the hat. The best chicken fingers in the game. They're actually opening one in South Beach. I can't wait. It looks huge right on Lincoln Road. Raising Cane's is one love. Craveable chicken finger meals. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, the perfect meal during any football game. You better believe we'll be enjoying them when we go to LSU, Baton Rouge, for the Ole Miss game, October 22nd. It's football season. When you're heading home after the game, head on into Raising Cane's chicken fingers. Cane's chicken fingers and sauce. Perfect way to feed your post-game appetite. Raising Cane's, perfect meal while you're watching your favorite team. Grab a tailgate of 25, 50, or 75 chicken fingers to feed hungry fans at home. If you haven't had it, you got to check it out. Get your Cane's fix fast by ordering through their app or online at raisingcanes.com. Okay, BFFs, we have multiple guests. So you got Bryce Hall, who no one even told me was coming on the show, but welcome, Bryce. And then we got the Steve-O interview. I don't know, where are you guys? Like, what's going on?
We're in South Carolina right now. We joined up with Bree for the last stop of her tour, so we're on our bus.
Yeah, I FaceTimed them the other night, and I was like, you guys want to come to South Carolina? And then they hopped on a flight, and now they're in South Carolina.
Yep,
we're here.
That's crazy. Just like that? Like, hey, come to South Carolina, and you two are like on a plane to South Carolina?
Yeah.
Red eye. Yeah.
Look at you, Bree.
I know.
Fucking pulling
My
all the
besties.
strings.
I know, right?
We also answered while we were still drunk, so
Yeah,
it was
that
kind of like a
helped.
drunk decision.
Did you go from drunk to on the plane?
Yeah,
Pretty much.
kinda, yeah.
Or were you in jail first?
Yeah, I went from jail to like.
Yeah, that's the number one headline on here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, number one headline right here: Bryce Hall arrested. Bryce Hall was filmed being arrested. Josh is there for the incident. It says according to Moximo,
That's a
Bryce
fact.
was allegedly kept yelling, "Everyone record, record!" Josh was the only one to record. Let's see this video that we have, and then we'll get into.
Can I just say that's not true? Though?
Yeah, that part's a little wrong.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
Yo, free the boy for real. Free the boy. Free the mans.
All right. So what happened?
free the mans.
for real. Anyways, you want to explain,
okay.
Bryce?
Yeah, so we were at Hyde, the club, and usually when we go there, we order like a few bottles, and we just get unnecessarily drunk. One of the ladies tried to upcharge me an extra 3 bottles, and I said, yeah, no, I definitely didn't order all of this, so I'm not paying for this. And she's like, no, you did. And I'm like, I don't know how many drunk people you try to scam by saying that. I'm not that drunk. Like, I didn't order 6 bottles of tequila.
Yeah.
We just didn't. So then she goes, okay, let me go check in the back. And it was taking like 30 minutes. So me, Josh, and Zach, we go towards the back, and I poke my head in, and I'm like, hey, can I get my card and ID back? I'll pay for the 3 bottles that I ordered. And one of the ladies just comes and yells in my face, and I was just like, okay, I just want my ID and card back. This is getting out of hand. And then it just went downhill from that.
Yeah, like a dishwasher guy came
guy
out from the back and like started shoving, because the girl kind of came out and just went right in Bryce's face and started arguing.
So the girl,
with
when
Bryce.
you guys are using these, the waitress?
It was a
I
different
don't know,
waitress.
because it was a different waitress. So I don't know if she was a waitress. I don't know what exactly her job
She
was,
worked
but
there.
she did work there. And when Bryce leaned his head in to ask for the card and ID, she kind of came out and just started barking at him. Like, I mean, was like nose to nose with the guy. And then Bryce was like Bryce said, kind of was just like, just give me my ID. Like, I just want to leave. Like, this is stupid. Like, you guys are acting childish. Just give me my card and ID. And then the guy came out and started to try to like split it up, but started like shoving Bryce and was going at Bryce. And then it kind of just went like
Yeah,
hand. And then
someone punched Zach in the face, and then that made me just punch the guy who punched Zach in the
So you
face.
were fighting in the club?
Oh yeah,
but it wasn't really like a fight.
It wasn't
was
really a
like
fight.
it was like a
2
little
punches
like
done.
push back and forth skirmish, and then we left. And then
So you, Bryce,
that.
punched just a random person or employee?
no, it was the guy that punched my friend. Yeah,
And was that like Was that an employee of Hyde or was that just somebody there?
It was either a security guard or an employee, something like that. Yeah.
How often you go to Hyde?
Like a lot.
A lot. Like Bryce is probably one of their like top paying customers.
Yeah, like I even said that. I was like, hey, I'm one of your top paying customers and you guys are treating me like this.
So has anybody reached out from Hyde to you since?
Yeah, since then everyone's cool. No charges were pressed. They placed me under citizen's arrest. So once I got there, I just said,
wait. Who placed you under citizen's arrest?
That's what we're trying to find out now.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Like everyone thinks this was like
An
the
arrest,
LAPD's coming down and taking Bryce out. No, it was like a citizen's arrest thing. It wasn't like
wait. But that was
the actual cops got you.
Yeah, the police were walking away in that video.
I mean, I didn't get charged, and they gave me a slip of paper. It said it was a citizen's arrest, and then I was out.
But those were real police officers walking.
Yeah.
I didn't. So someone just. I don't. That sounds like a Michael Scott thing. Like you just yell like citizens arrest. Then what happens? Everyone freezes. It's like
it kind of sounded like it was like a situation where the guy just wanted to check. The guy wanted to get paid, even though he started everything.
Yeah, and they pretty much just kept us there by like not giving Bryce his ID or card. So then like
I had to go back.
Cops
the part that makes no sense to me though, if I'm understanding the story, is the bottle service girl's like, nope, you ordered 6. You're like, nope, I ordered 3. I've seen that happen at clubs time to time. Not really with like regulars, which that's what makes sense.
That's the first time that ever happened to us.
That was the first time that's ever happened to me, and that first time that I ever talked with that lady. But she said that she was one of the highest paid waitresses.
Workers who brought in the most money.
I was just like, yeah, probably because you're scamming people. You're scamming drunk people and trying to put more bottles on so you get a bigger tip.
And Hyde to me is like a very pro like influencer celebrity place. So the whole story makes no like sense to me. That even
we're all in the same boat.
We literally are in the same boat. Yeah.
Huh. Crazy. And I again, you said you're all chill. So someone from Hyde, like who owns Hyde?
Frankie Delgado.
He doesn't.
He's one of the owners.
Okay.
Like is it like I don't know. Do they own like multiple places?
Multiple owners. It's multiple.
I know it's multiple owners that are in Hyde. I don't know who like the main guy is though.
So did any like owner or high up like reach out to apologize?
Yeah, Frankie.
And did you what happened with the bill?
I got charged only $1,500, so I was like, okay, that's fine. Which was 2 bottles.
It's a wild story.
Yeah.
Sounds like some TikTok hate, maybe like someone just didn't like you guys.
They hated my TikToks.
One of them was
like
yelling at Bryce and being like, "I don't give a fuck that you do dances on social media." Bryce was like, "Okay, all right." Just like I don't want to.
Yeah, because it's a 180 from everything I know from like nightlife, where like they are generally rolling out the red carpet to like influence celebrities, whatever. So very odd, strange story. All right. So you never went to jail, or you did?
I went in the cell, but I was out in like 2.5 hours, 3 hours.
Have you ever spent a night in jail?
I did when I got arrested in Texas.
Got it. I also have done.
Did you get arrested in Texas?
No.
It's fun, isn't it? It's always so cold in there.
It's the worst.
Wait,
jail.
Dave, what did you get arrested for? The
protesting Brady.
Stadium?
Yeah, Tom Brady, Deflategate. And jail's jail. It was
I've
no
never
fun.
got arrested.
Yeah.
I feel like that'll change eventually.
No, I think
probably.
Bree's
well on
right on the door. You know what I mean? She's
knocking on the door. She's like probably I don't know. She's in the red zone. She's crossed into
first and goal. First and goal.
Charli sings on the D'Amelio show. Okay, so Charli's singing now.
She's actually really good.
All right, let's hear it.
Saw this clip?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
If I've seen this.
I've seen it.
What is as Charli's suck guy? What does that mean?
When during the interview you said you would be her suck guy and tell her if she was good or not.
Oh yeah, I'll tell her if she sucks. I don't really love the way that was put on the sheet.
No, yeah, that's strange, man. You're gonna be Charli's
you guys
suck
cut
guy?
out there. What'd you say?
Oh, yeah, it's strange. It's a strange. The name.
We didn't love on the sheet as Charli's suck guy.
That was
like,
that's the exact quote of what you said.
I can be your suck guy.
Can you?
Thank you so much.
That sounded
was
so
I any
weird,
good?
dude.
I'll give you
That sounded
straight.
so
I didn't
strange.
mean it that way. I meant like, do you want an honest opinion?
You can tell her she
Fucking-
sucks.
Yes, I didn't mean it as pervert. Yeah, but we're talking like when you put the context behind it, it made a little more sense.
Yeah, I feel like in the statement Dave made, she was probably like, I'm gonna be singing, and Dave was like, oh, I could tell you if you suck,
Correct.
I'll be your suck guy, which is still weird, but like it's not as weird.
As I was reading it as Charlie's
like to
suck
read
guy,
that.
what does Dave think? I'm like, I don't think that doesn't.
You can't proclaim that title, Dave.
Yeah.
No, and I don't want it. I don't want it. All right, let's
You
see.
can be, yeah.
Saw you at the party, but you wouldn't say a single thing. Ooh, sorry.
Just breathe.
So I'll dance around and blur you out and hope that it might ease the pain.
Okay.
It's off.
It is.
Sure.
Okay.
I think the cameras make me nervous.
Girl, it's okay. You sound good. You don't think you sound good?
I don't know.
Girl, say I sound good.
I sound good.
Okay, now act like it. Come on. If you sounded bad, I would tell you. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You smiled for a moment, then she kissed your cheek. That's such a shame.
Good.
'Cause I know that she can't love you quite like I could. So I'll dance around and blur you out and hope that it might ease the pain.
Yes, come on. And
Saw me by myself, you said hello and asked if I was good. It feels great to write a song.
This
If
song
you
is
ask
fire,
me to, it's basically about a
This
girl
her song?
that
Yeah.
is-
All right. It's
Yo.
good.
Yeah,
Good.
what do you think as her suck guy?
Good. I was like getting deep in it. I had my eyes closed. I was trying to just listen to it. Good. All
And you could
same,
actually
like-
hear her.
Yeah. She's
No
not
auto.
going up and
There's
down.
no auto
She
tune.
did-
I don't think on that, right?
No, that was good.
Yeah, that's just like straight up her voice. Like that's
Yeah.
talent.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. You got to hear whether she can go up, like hit a note, but that was good.
What do you guys think? Like, because Dixie is the singer, the pop star, do you think it's kind of fucked that Charlie's going for the singer career?
Nah.
That's what
She's
everyone's
hiding it
saying.
from Dixie. Like, well, it's probably. I mean, now it's obviously public, but at the point in the show, she was not.
I
telling
was gonna
Dixie.
say something.
Yeah, she's keeping.
I
it
feel
from
like
Dixie.
that's kind of crazy to think that like siblings can't do the same
Yeah.
thing.
Also,
Yeah.
like, what do you mean she's hiding it? She's hiding it while filming a reality
No,
show.
I'm saying as of right now, obviously, but when the show was filmed, the big drama is she's not telling Dixie because she doesn't want her to
didn't
know
tell
that she's
her,
doing
yeah.
music too.
Right. But it's like if she really didn't want her to know, you probably wouldn't like film it on your reality show.
Of course.
Yeah.
Landon's Dancing with the Stars cameo. Tyra Banks botched Landon's name on Dancing with the Stars, completely ignored that Dixie was there. Yeah, no shit. Tyra Banks is a fucking goddamn legend. Like Tyra Banks has to suddenly stoop to. Tyra Banks does what Tyra Banks wants to do. She like invented reality TV.
Yeah.
So what's the cameo? Let's see it.
Can we watch it? Yeah.
Charlie's friends, Kourtney Kardashian Barker and Travis Barker and Logan Barker are here. I know you guys
That's
are very proud right now.
called him
Yeah.
Logan.
Logan ignored
Logan Barker.
Dixie. Yeah.
Hey,
Listen, she's probably like one of those celebs. Like she obviously doesn't recognize them. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, she's from a different era.
Yeah, she's
Fair.
Tyra Banks. She's a queen.
you think like maybe you'd learn the name because that's definitely like a scripted
That's kind of
thing.
a Dave move, huh?
Yeah,
That is
not
a
great.
Dave.
at
That was a
names.
very Dave. Yeah.
How did Dixie do?
Dixie.
Or, I mean, Charlie on Dancing
Charlie.
with the
I mean
Stars?
Charlie. Yeah.
She's
right on
she
cue.
killed.
crushing.
Apparently she's doing.
I have
insane.
never.
Yeah.
She's going to be a superstar. If she
But-
sings and dances.
I guess I already said that. I would expect her to crush it. I mean, that's sort of how she became famous, by being like a really, really good
Yeah.
dancer. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
no surprise there. Kanye, listen.
This has been crazy. Some of the stuff he's been saying.
Well, he fucking hates Jews. I'm Jewish. Now,
Does he hate? Is that what he's saying? Is he just like I hate Jews?
Didn't he,
He
say
didn't
some like
say it.
Hitler ass shit?
he didn't say it verbatim, but he's mad at everything. I think he's basically like, I'm going to expose the Jews, like, and the Jews control. But here's the thing. It didn't even like rise. Like, I didn't care when I saw it because I don't feel like Kanye is going after he goes after everybody, and he's a fucking crazy person. So it's like, no, I already was way past the point of taking anything he said seriously. And I hate him. He's on my hate list. When I did my
you've hated him for a while.
He's a piece of shit. So I don't know why people give him such a pass for being a piece of shit, but he's been a piece of shit for a long time.
Did you see the video clip where he showed the Adidas workers a porn video to demonstrate? He apparently, like, the headline I saw was he showed like high level people, like there's a video of it and they're all just sitting in a room, like the 4 of them, and he's showing one of them a porno, and he's doing it. The headline that I saw said he's doing it to make them feel as uncomfortable as he was when they stole his ideas for shoes.
He's crazy.
I mean, that's the thing. He does these things that it's like so if you just took that alone, you'd be like, my God, he's a genius. Like, what a brilliant move. And he does have creative genius, obviously, but he's 100%. Also a piece of shit. You can be both.
Yeah, for sure. I think he's kind of a bad guy now.
I think he's kept up with anything that he's.
Well,
he's just like attacking people for no reason.
One after another. He's also like bipolar.
Bieber nose job Haley bald loose. Just
he's
a
also
stray
bipolar.
shot at her.
He's bipolar. So
it's pretty funny. The thing.
Yeah,
he's a troll.
I don't know.
He's the biggest troll.
He's a troll
to ever exist.
But I don't even know half the time he's trolling. Like, he's just a piece of shit to me. TwitchCon, Adriana Chechnik breaks back. Now, I saw this at first, and I'm like, wait a minute. Are they talking about the porn star? And
yes,
they are.
are.
This is crazy. Not so much the porn star, but like, who made this foam pit?
I don't know, but how do you not make a foam pit that's deep enough for someone to jump into? That's like the whole point of a foam pit.
Wow.
Day one.
I just saw this clip yesterday.
Did she dive into it?
No, she didn't like dive. She like jumped and kind of did like a little like split in the leg in the air and then landed on her ass.
Oh my God!
Big Sim sense of her own.
Good.
Great victory there.
I can't get out.
Are you okay? She's held down by the Biffle medic. No, she's fine.
The person saying no, she's fine.
All right.
Definitely
Do you think
wasn't
she's gonna
fine.
make a fat bag?
Definitely wasn't fine.
suing
I
them?
think she'll make so much money off that.
How did that break her back?
It was just like basically essentially jumping
into the
onto
wrong
like
way.
cement.
Cement.
Yeah.
She just went, I feel like tailbone first into cement.
Oh my gosh.
So that's awful.
Yeah.
And then we
that's
have
sad.
this, I saw these all over social media. TwitchCon fans asked for kink picture. I don't know who the girl is, but she just kept standing on people.
on everyone's ass. Yeah.
What?
It's like such awkward reactions.
Step.
Oh, dude, what is that, man?
Oh my God.
That was her move
Come
because I saw that a lot. Like
Yeah.
everybody who wanted a picture with her. That's what happened. I don't know who that is.
What?
Is she
Yeah.
a porn star too?
Is TwitchCon just a porn convention?
Yeah, like,
That's
what
what
is
people are asking. I think they're
So-
using the Twitch star, porn star. They seem to be getting pretty close to the same thing.
I feel like it's because all those girls that are in like the porn industry are starting to stream on Twitch because they know they just make so much money
Yeah.
from streaming
Yep.
and playing video
All
games
they gotta do is
that
show
it's like,
clips.
yeah, they just kind of have,
Believe it.
yeah,
I mean, it's all dudes that are watching it.
100%.
Corinna, isn't that how Corinna makes all of her money?
Yes, she just
It's one
shows
of
her
her, like,
tits on
main revenue streams.
Twitch.
was
Yeah, I think
Twitch,
OnlyFans.
Yeah, she definitely
just-
makes more on OnlyFans, but
This was a huge story. Nelk versus Bob Menery. So, I mean, technically, Menery not part of Nelk, technically, but he was a part of the Nelk podcast. So it's kind of splitting hairs.
Was he on the podcast when you went on?
Menery.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was he
he's the
on
one
there?
who asked me to go on. They actually put like a list of like
who
got
Menery
what
got.
guests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Menery got who Kyle got, and they did put Dave under Menery. They did do that.
Yeah, Menery's the one who asked me to go on. So Menery made a video which I watched, and it was basically saying he was done being quiet. So he was no longer on the podcast. He was done being quiet. He accused Nelk of basically ripping him off, not giving him money that they owed. Kyle shot back. He's like, he's full of shit. I used to be friends with with Menery. He was getting 30% of all ad revenue was getting paid. And it really turned into a big he said, she said back and forth.
Dave, what do you think about Kyle said 30% of ad revenue, 7.5K per episode, 50% of podcast merch. Do you think that is a good deal?
That would be the greatest deal in the history of deals. And it's funny because when I was catching up on it, I went and saw what Menery said, and I watched like Kyle. He did a bunch of Instagram stories, and you know who was fucking mentioned? Granelli. He's like, Mike Granelli said this was a great deal. I was like, now for you guys, if you don't, Granelli, it works for me. He's like, does the spit and chicklets. Mike Granelli doesn't know the first fucking thing about how much people get paid, what. So I saw it. I'm like, who the fuck died and made Mike Granelli God? So I actually wrote a blog about that. After I wrote the blog, Menery texted me. He's like, thanks for the support. I'm like, actually, I wasn't supporting you at all. I was ripping my guy who worked for me. And then Nelk, John Shahidi, who Menery took like a bunch of shots at, being like, they've changed since Shahidi got involved in manage. He texted me a little bit because I've had beef with Menery in the past. And I had met with like Nelk, Kyle in my beef days. I was like, I don't know. I don't get along with him. So I don't know. It's a he said, she said, to be totally honest. All I know, that deal, Josh, that you asked, or Bree, you asked, if Menery was getting 30% of all ads on the Nelk podcast,
he's making good money. He's making good money.
And that's insane because like Nelk was huge already by the time everything started.
Right. It's like Nelk was already established before Menery came in. I think the idea was like, oh, we'll give you a good amount of ad revenue and then you bring in guests, right? Like that was probably their thinking behind it, which he did seem to bring in some cool guests and everything, but also getting paid just straight up like what, four episodes probably a month, right? They're doing like one a week.
Yep.
You're talking about getting paid $30,000 also just to do it. No ad revenue at all. Like
also he's like,
and 50% of podcast merch. Nelk makes money off their merch. That's where they make their money. It's just off the merch.
Without knowing the details, like without knowing any of the details, you could say, if you're from Menery's perspective, well, I don't think he has a part of Happy Dad. They're advertising the shit out of that on the podcast.
That's true.
Right.
Like, so there's certain things that maybe he's like, we're doing all this. I get no cut of that, so I need the other part of it. So who knows? That
he should have just kept it because it's like the show. Yeah, he's good, but it's like the show will go on without you. You might as well just stick with it.
And like for the guests, like John's as connected a person there is, and like this,
he knows everyone.
Right. So he like getting guests isn't going to be a thing without. But I don't know, that I could see that maybe Dana White jumped in on it, and it was kind of one of those things. Like he admitted, Dana tweeted, he's like, "Yeah, Bob, you introduced me to Kyle, and you won't shut up about it. So like, here's $50,000." But again, I think like Dana's an investor in Happy Dad, so who knows? It's hard. It's he said, she said, and
it is. Yeah, it's gonna be impossible to know.
Kyle did show a contract that seemed to back up his point of view.
He did,
like 30%.
and he seemed super like calm and collected when he was doing his stories. You know what I mean? Like Kyle wasn't out there like just going at Bob. Even he was just stating what the contract was.
Yeah.
The thing that makes no sense to me.
Who knows?
It is such a good fucking deal. I don't know how Menery could ever complain about it. Like it's
exactly.
Like it's just bananas. Who knows?
We've entered fall, and with that comes lots of new changes. A new school year, new football season, and all the new trends. Why not make all these opportunities even more intense with the most intense snack? Damn, intense.
So intense.
Make waves with all your new friends with Tacky Waves. The thick cut wavy potato chips with an insane crunch. They're a wave of intensity. Classically crispy, insanely intense. They love that word. Level up your tailgating with Takis kettles, kettle cooked intensity.
Those are my favorite.
Are those your favorite?
Those are fire.
Okay.
They're intense, as some would say.
Some would say that. No matter what you're facing, having Tacky snacks on hand makes the day so much more intense.
Face the intensity with Takis.
Do it.
Logan goes off about cheating. Logan Paul goes off about how cheating sucks, but fans were quick out to point Olivia O'Brien's song Jocelyn was about Logan cheating on her. Okay.
I saw that clip and I was like, isn't he a cheater? Isn't he like a known cheater?
It is so easy to not cheat. It is hard to cheat. You have to go behind someone's back that you love. You have to go to someone's house or a location, plan some get physical with them, finish the job, then go home to the person that you think that you try. It's disgusting. I will never understand it.
Logan Paul is so fake woke.
I was just gonna say, you know,
Like,
he's
he's
just saying
so
that because he
fake
knew it would be
woke.
clipped and do well on TikTok. So he's
That's
just
what he
saying
does.
that.
He like says some random quote unquote motivational thing, and then it just goes viral on TikTok, and that's why he says it.
I am a Logan Paul guy, but is it documented that he's cheated? Because that's crazy.
I was wondering, is the Olivia O'Brien thing, were him and Olivia O'Brien dating, or was it that they were just like kind of fucking, and then he went and fucked another girl? So that's not.
Yeah, he didn't cheat on her.
That's not cheating.
Yeah,
I thought it was like Big Mike or whatever that had the scandal with Lana Rhodes. I thought that was the one that was.
That
like,
was
big in
though.
their
I
group.
think
Or
he
am I-
was like,
Oh yeah, dude.
yeah, right.
Yeah,
But I thought I just heard him in the background
But I
being
think-
like,
I-
"Yeah, that's
no, but-
disgusting. That's
No,
disgusting."
I think that was just Mike, though. If we're thinking about the same thing, he was talking to somebody who was live streaming, not like physically. Like
No, it was
I thought he
DMing
got-
a girl
I thought-
in New York where he got his dick sucked.
Yeah, I thought it was
Oh,
he got his
no.
dick sucked
Ava
in a hotel.
Louise.
Yeah,
Ava Louise,
Is
right?
it Ava Louise?
it was not fucking Ava Louise. But she can't
think it
be
might
Ava
have been.
Louise.
I thought it was.
Ava Louise.
I think it was Ava Louise.
According to who? Ava Louise?
No. Like
No, he admitted it on
That
like,
he
a video.
cheated on her
said.
with Ava Louise?
I don't remember if
For
it was
No.
Ava
some
Louise.
reason, I
That's
think it was Ava
speculation.
Louise.
That's speculation.
That sounds right.
Doesn't it sound right? Can we fact check that?
All right.
Oh
This
my
is
god!
Yeah.
disgusting that I'm even looking at Ava Louise giving her side of any. Ava Louise is the biggest lying piece of shit in the history
but
of the
Mike
universe.
admitted to it. He
So,
said
but
that
this
she
is
was
her side of the story.
He said that she was nonstop chasing him, and then he was just horny. So he was like, "Yeah, come suck my dick in the hotel."
Yeah.
Like she was following him everywhere, like to clubs.
I want to puke. This whole thing makes me want to fucking puke.
Yeah, it was-
Dave hates her so much.
Yeah.
she is pretty annoying.
You think?
Yeah, she's.
Ugh.
Jay.
I want to puke. This girl makes me literally like ill.
Jeez.
She's up there on my fucking all-time hate list. I gotta make sure she's on my list next time I publish it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's big on your
Makes
list.
me vomit even writing
notes
that.
right now.
I literally wrote it like add Ava Louise to your hate list if she's not on it. Jake Paul offered Draymond Green $10 million to fight. That's because Draymond Green knocked out Poole, which was a crazy video, kind of like a sucker punch.
I can still not believe that. That is, I mean,
You know,
I can believe,
I can
believe Draymond Green did it. If I'm going to be honest, like,
so
he
let's
would
talk
probably be the guy
about.
to
There's
do it,
somebody
but-
at this table who was involved in an incident that I would say is kind of similar in that two people talking, two people get close. Yeah, there a push and then a punch. That's what happened.
But that's like if you get pushed, you should always expect like someone to throw a punch.
Yeah, but
So
we're
you're
not
on Poole's
teammates.
side then.
We're not.
Huh? Well, I would say like, yo, if you're getting pushed,
No, you're
you
on
should
Draymond's
know.
side.
Like,
Excuse
yo,
me. You're on Draymond. You think Draymond had a right to punch because
I'm
he
not
got pushed.
saying I'm not. Did he get pushed or did he push?
Yeah. No.
He got pushed,
Poole
then
pushed
yeah, you should.
Draymond, and then he punched him and knocked him out.
So
It
Poole
was
pushed
you-
Draymond.
Here's the video.
Yeah, you're Draymond, Bryce. And the other guy's Mouthfeel, whatever his name is.
But
yeah, I mean,
I
dude,
don't know. That's kind of different. Like Draymond went up, shoulder is like in
He got in his
beacon in
face
Poole's
first.
face, and then Poole pushes him off, and then he gets socked twice.
I think
like,
if he didn't go up to him and the other guy, if Poole went up to him and pushed him first,
Yeah.
then it would be
But
warranted.
it's also like Draymond's supposed to be a leader of that team. That's the thing. This is a team thing versus like you're at a bar and it's a random person you don't know. That's a very
See, I was
different
looking at this. I
circumstance.
thought they were in a boxing ring, and I was like,
No. Draymond Green is supposed to be a leader of the Golden State Warriors, and Jordan Poole is a new kid. That team, like, that is not a move you make as
Yeah,
a
they're
vet on the team.
teammates.
That's not a move you make.
They're
It's just
teammates?
they're on the same team.
It's a
Oh,
crazy,
wow.
like.
What do you think, Dave? What's your take on it?
I don't agree with Bryce. I think there's a huge difference between a push and a punch. Like, I think you can push back and forth, but once someone punches, that takes it to a whole new level.
No, I think if you're pushing somebody and someone pushes you, you should fully expect like a punch to be thrown. That's like that's always how a fight starts.
Yeah.
Pushing. And
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
And then it goes into punching. So if I get pushed first, I'm throwing a punch.
What about
that's just me.
what about in that circumstance where you're the one who like kind of got in the other guy's face?
Oh, see that you should be expected to get pushed because like he pressed him.
If someone steps
What was
into
the
my
context?
face like
Why
that,
did he
they were
get in his
just,
face?
it had to.
Heated at practice.
Yeah, heated at practice,
There's
a
no
little
need for
mouth
that.
and
Yeah,
off.
I know,
back
that's
and forth.
That's different.
Jordan Poole's probably about to sign like a massive contract or whatever, and I think that's what part of it was, right?
That, the
like
rumors,
his
like he's gotten
attitude.
a little big-headed.
Yeah, but then the coach shut that down. He was like, "That's not
Yeah.
true at all." So who knows, really? But they were just tripping back and forth. Got into a fight.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
we
that
had
that was
two
a little
people
different. That was excessive.
Like we had 2 people at our office who, and here it is.
Fuck you! Well, fuck you too! Whoa! My God! What? Brandon Walker, I can't believe you did this. I will never use you for a take again.
It's crazy to watch that. If that was so, we just framed that and put it right where it happened in the office. The push. But if that was a punch, I would have fired him. Like if he just punched him, you're fired. Push. It's like don't do that fucking again. You can't get physical at the office. But big difference. I don't know.
Do you think Draymond's gonna be like completely let go from the Warriors or what? Yeah, he's got like a hiatus or whatever, right? Like he has to step back for a while though.
Yeah, he said he failed as a male. It's always in sports. It's like how important, how good you are. Like if the situations were reversed, maybe he's gone, but he's pretty important. Addison and Omer are happier than ever despite Addison's family drama. It seems Addison is doing well. A relationship with Omer Fedi, who wished her a very nice, happy 22nd birthday. I'm an Addison stan. Happy they're doing well together.
Yeah, they're an adorable couple, honestly.
They really are.
Do you think
okay,
they're a
dude?
good, cute couple, Bryce?
I was just
You
checking.
make it weird.
I was just
You
checking.
make it weird.
I just want to check for my like boys, make sure they're okay.
Dude, I'm fine.
All right,
Dude,
all
I'm
right,
great.
all right.
You don't
Piece of
seem like
shit.
it.
No, you piece of
He's
shit.
having a no. Bryce is doing great. He was in jail last night, but whatever. It's like, he's killing. Chris Pratt's Mario voice. Chris Pratt's Mario voice has been revealed. It's been criticized for different reasons. Voice actors saying he does a terrible job, while Italian Americans are upset that Chris Pratt isn't Italian, doing an Italian voice.
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come.
Yeah, it's a bad voice acting.
That bad though.
It's Chris Pratt's normal voice, not changed at all in Mario, and everyone played like every single.
How would
game
you
of Mario.
sound if you did it?
I can't. I would never.
I mean,
audition for that role.
I think I understand why people are upset because it's not like an Italian voice. That makes sense. I get that. But I think at the same time, you got to think about what, an hour and a half, an hour and 45-minute movie. Are you going to want to listen to like Mario's voice for an hour and 45 minutes on a movie? Or are you going to rather have a voice that's like, you know what I mean? Because Mario's a very exaggerated voice. Like it's a very it's not just an Italian accent. Like if you just got an Italian person to play him, that's different. You can watch an hour and a half of that. But the Mario, it's like very animated. Like I don't know if you'd want to watch an hour and 45 minutes of that.
Yeah,
but I could be wrong too.
I bet they took that.
I just think that's probably what they were thinking.
The actual guy who did the voice did the same thing just so people would know what it sounded like.
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come.
Oh yeah, I don't want to hear that.
So annoying. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like one of the. This is one of the things I don't know what I would think about it if I didn't already know there was like an issue with it. Like if I didn't know there was an issue, I might have watched that and be like, who cares? Balenciaga sells potato chip bags. Nobody cares. Teacher fired for scaring kids. Nobody cares. Bronny's birthday party. LeBron James goes hard to celebrate his son's birthday with surprise performance by Travis Scott. I saw them going nuts.
That was the night we were at Hyde. That was the after party we were invited to.
That's the one.
I think that was the one because people were like, remember, people were like,
you skipped it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't really go, but because I remember
That's
the
a pretty
girls,
sick party to be at.
the girls kept coming up to us and were like, Travis Scott's there. Travis Scott's there. Do you remember them saying that?
How old did Bronny turn?
Yo, why are you calling me right now, Brianna?
You're calling me.
No, I'm not. You're calling me. Slide to answer.
Grace is printing.
What's going on here, guys?
All right. Anyways, moving on.
So you didn't go to Bronny's party?
No.
Yeah, we wish we won.
Would that get you to go if someone's like Travis Scott's there? Travis Scott's there?
No,
Like,
I mean, no.
It was more like, yo, I'm drunk. Let's just go to a party.
Yeah, I think that was just like the girls were trying to be like, well, Travis Scott is there, so you guys got to come. But I mean, dope performer. I've seen him perform before,
it's
like
pretty
really
good.
close up. It is.
Have you guys
crazy.
ever met Bronny?
Yeah.
I don't know if I met him. I
We've
think I've like
DM'd
DM'd
back
him.
and
Yeah,
forth.
Is he cool?
I don't know if I.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Seems like a dope guy.
His dad sucks. BFF corner.
LeBron is the GOAT, dude.
just had to throw
LeBron
that in
is
there.
awesome. I love LeBron.
He's talented, but he's a dick. Bree ditched the 100th episode for Mr. This is our corner. Yeah, for MrBeast. Bree, the $1 million question. What's going on, Bree?
Bree lost her headphone. She's running around. I think she found a headphone.
The ear pod fell out of your ear?
The AirPod.
Yeah.
The AirPod.
That is exactly why I like wired headphones. I'm
with you on that. I wear wired headphones every time I work out. I never wear the AirPods.
See, I get roasted for that, but I like it. Bree, did
Yes.
you mention the fact that he didn't come on our podcast?
Yeah, did you tell him? MrBeast. Say what's up.
Oh, so I guess he doesn't want to do podcasts anymore because or he did a bunch of podcasts and he's like, people don't even like my videos anymore because everyone was coming up to him and asking about podcasts. And he was like, no one likes my videos anymore.
Wait,
what?
He said to you he doesn't.
No, not to me, not to me. He went on a bunch.
Podcast.
I know he did every.
Impulse of everybody. We asked him 2 years ago, and then he asked you to go on his thing. This is bullshit.
He's not coming on the pod, and he does every other pod.
Well,
I like the guy,
and asked you to go on whatever he did. It's not just that. Granted, he did donate to the Barstool Fund, so thank you for that. But we literally asked him a long ass time ago.
But I think his new podcast, like he just started going on podcasts, so maybe he'll come on now.
So you didn't ask?
No,
him
we
when
just heard from his
video.
people this week.
And what they say?
He said we can talk about him coming on BFFs in the new year.
This guy's a piece of shit.
I think that he doesn't know anything about TikTokers.
He doesn't. We don't need to talk about TikTokers. We can talk about him. That's why we get him on the podcast.
Well, time out. If he doesn't know anything about TikTokers or anything, how did you end up in a MrBeast video? That's my point.
Probably from someone on his team.
So that someone on the team should clip this, be like, hey, BFFs asked you to go on their pod like a year ago. You're like, I don't do pods. Then you proceeded to do every single pod known to man while asking the host of the podcast that you said no to come make contact with him.
Yeah, maybe he'll come on now for sure.
And he is, everybody says he's a great guy.
He's the nicest guy.
He does charity, and I get it. He's the biggest fucking guy on the internet. He's fucking huge.
He's very normal.
But that
and nice.
chain of events, why are you going on every podcast except ours while simultaneously being like, hey, Bree, come make content? What the fuck?
Yeah, it's kind of a messed up move.
Seems like a cool guy.
He is a cool guy.
It's one of
a
the
messed up
nicer guys I've ever met.
Well, you met me, so.
I'm looking at these next things. So Grace and Bryce Hall made out.
Oh,
yeah.
Fuck yeah,
Yeah, everyone thinks this is me and Bryce. Grace and Bryce make out every time I turn around. They're making out.
Okay, good for you guys.
Yeah,
Is Josh back with Ellie?
Yeah, he is.
No,
Ellie?
no, I'm not.
Yeah, you were.
What?
You are. Though.
Josh and Ellie went to
let's
Thursday
talk
night
about
football
Denver.
together. What's Ellie's last name again?
ZEILER.
Ziller. Josh and Ellie went to Thursday night football together. She flew with them. Josh and Ellie were also on TikTok together. Josh is in TikTok with Ellie. People also thought that Ellie made a TikTok about Josh.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
What was the TikTok about
Yeah,
you?
what'd she make about me?
So
It's
you're
just that
confirming they're
trend.
together?
It's the person
No.
wearing dirty Air Force Ones.
Oh,
What is
she's
that?
like, don't wear that
What is
outfit
the
again.
TikTok? Are they together, Bryce?
No,
Yeah, they
They're
are.
just-
Yeah.
They were together in Denver, and I'm not gonna bullshit you guys.
dude,
Because-
why are you grinning like that? I can
because-
tell by the way that you like
because
say
you
things, like the
know-
way your voice goes.
Let's tell them about
like
Denver.
the
then.
levels of your voice.
Let's tell them
how
about
it goes
Denver.
into.
Let's
You
hear
wanna
about
talk
Denver. Let's hear about
let's talk-
Denver.
Let's talk about Denver.
All right, let's talk about
So
Denver.
we all went
Bryce.
out.
Yeah, we all went out. Bryce is trying to mac on Ellie all night
That is
long.
not true.
All
It's not
night
true.
long.
It's not
Doesn't
true.
work. Doesn't work.
It's not
Spits
true.
Terrible game.
I was spitting fire game. And
Awful
it was
game.
it was totally.
She was literally giving me the side eye the whole time you're spinning. She was looking at me like, "Save me, please." She
That's
looked like a
definitely-
deer in headlights,
That's
bro.
definitely not what happened, and that's a terrible narrative to say. But I
Not
was spitting
saved,
game.
that saved. Like as in like Bryce is drunk and he's like saying ridiculous things.
Like I
In,
don't
like, a
wanna
funny
listen to
way.
this
I was-
TikTok.
I was totally spitting fire game. I always spit game.
Coldest game I ever seen. It was like the Arctic tundra.
You're such a piece of shit.
So you were trying to steal his girl?
No, because it wasn't my girl to begin
no.
with.
It was his girl, but like he said, I had permission to like flirt with her.
This is crazy. Does this sound like something I
Is
would
that
say?
a direct statement?
Yeah, he said I can flirt with her because he was like
That's
he
like
doesn't want-
the craziest thing I might have ever heard in my life. Why would I say that?
I'm believing Bryce.
But let's finish. Let's hear more
Dave,
about Denver.
No, you're not believing Bryce.
No, I did. I'm just going. I mean, that's a crazy thing to make up.
All I know is
it is. He's crazy.
All I know is I went to my room and then I heard, like, because they're like right next to me. I heard some shit.
That's also just not true. We weren't even next to each other.
Because she left like a bag in her room or something. I don't know.
She did leave a wallet in my room, but she just came and grabbed it and then left. Swear to God. I was like sick and shit. I was like, hey, yo, I'm sick.
So Josh and Ellie are together.
No, bro.
That
It's
seems to be.
God.
I don't know if together, so they hooked up. That seems.
No,
to
we
be,
didn't even hook up. We didn't. You guys are. This is disrespectful to do to Ellie, guys.
We're not saying anything bad on Ellie.
Yeah, you are. You're making
more just
lies
like
up
you.
about
It's
it.
just more like you being a piece of shit.
It has nothing to do with it.
I want to go on the record that I don't know what the facts are. I'm telling you what my guess would be from hearing all the different angles.
Yeah. You never take my side, Dave.
I always have your side, but this
Not
seems.
in these.
This
Well,
does seem
I thought
pretty-
Ellie was
I haven't
better
heard
than
this
him.
girl's name in a year, and now she's on a plane flying with you to like a football game.
Yeah, I invited like 10 influencers out to this game.
Nah, you just invited me and Ellie.
Nope.
Which is weird.
Bryce, Ellie, Hootie, Lauren, Aaron.
How many
Tabitha
people were on the plane?
Swatosh,
Were they
Mike
all
Cool.
on the plane?
Yeah, I wasn't even on the same plane as Ellie. I was on a different plane. I was on a day early. Bryce was on the plane with Ellie.
I was.
See,
Were there more
now
people?
we're getting to facts.
Yeah, there was like me,
Oh,
Ellie,
all right.
Aaron.
See,
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's a little different.
Did you? How many girls did you fly out though?
we had 3 invited, 1 canceled day of overtime. Megan, and then Ellie came and Tabitha came, and Lauren. Sorry, fuck. So the 4 girls total. In over 3
Okay,
days.
so that does change it a decent amount.
A little.
Thank you.
I thought the way it came across is like you flew with her. Why you two look at each other like 60
what if
year olds?
I-
He just always be grinning at me like that, and it's just fucked up, man. It's just fucked up.
All right.
Bree, what do you think? Do you know what happened, Bree, and you're
Thomas
just playing like
Petro
a dummy?
district.
No.
Bree, do you know what happened? You're just being dumb.
No, you didn't tell me about this. I don't think.
No.
No. But I'm assuming that him and Ellie got together. This is what I'm getting from this.
Okay.
From the way that they're looking at each
Sigh.
other and laughing at each other.
Yeah,
It's just because I'm really funny.
I think, yeah, something happened there.
Josh and Bree played the Thomas Petro diss track on live. After talking last week about the Thomas Petro diss track that Josh and Bryce made, they played a snippet of it on live.
We
Okay.
did.
Yeah.
Is this like a big thing? I don't care about this thing.
Neither do we.
We don't either. That's why we played it
Does
on a live
anybody
stream.
care about it?
Nah.
I think you guys should
No.
release it for fun.
I don't think anyone knows.
Okay. That's everything. Wait,
gonna
is
say
that
something.
yeah, that's everything.
Were you
we
going to
got.
say no one knows Thomas Petro? Is that what you were going to say?
Oh, Bryce just started some drama.
Bryce just started some beef
That's
with
not
Thomas.
what I meant.
He was about to say, I don't think
Like, 'cause
anybody
his
knows
name
Thomas
is Petro. Like, that's like his handle. No one knows his name.
That's where you're going to go with that, eh? That's a
That's
reach, my
what
brother.
I mean, though.
That's
like
a-
his
that's a
his
top shelf
handles
you can't
are
reach, my man.
Petro. Like, no one knows Thomas. And in a
Yikes.
non-mean way. Like, if I bet people go up to him and oh my god.
Now you can release this. It's fine.
You were trying to save it. You were close. It's all good.
That's the show.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
All right. Welcome, Steve O, to BFFs. What a weird setup we got here because Steve is actually in our studio and he's the only one. So you're actually like where we film it. And I'm sorry, what? The dog's so cute. What's the dog's name?
This is Wendy from Peru.
So you rescued the dog from Peru, right?
I found her in the streets of Peru, and I made this video when I found her. I was filming, and I put together a video about how we fell in love, and I brought her home with me to America. And that video got more views than anything I have ever put on the internet.
How many views did it get?
Over 100 million.
Wow. That's
Can you
great.
imagine
that video
how
is
that
awesome.
made me feel?
How, I assume actually that's like good. I'm assuming
Wow.
that made you feel good.
A lifelong attention whore after the lengths that I've gone to try to get views. I can tell you that it was a tough realization to learn that I was never able to do shit better than rescue a goddamn dog.
Well, look at Wendy. Wendy's dogs are like cheat codes, and look at Wendy's face. Maybe that, like, I can't believe how well behaved she is. How long ago? How many years ago was that?
It was it was August 17th of 2017.
Okay, So about 5 years ago. I mean, everybody has a soft place for dogs, especially rescue dogs. So
Yeah.
was she always this well behaved?
Pretty much. Yeah, she's a mix. She's a Belgian Malinois Xanax mix.
A what?
Xanax?
At first, I was going through. I'm like, wait a minute, is Xanax like a type of
She's
dog?
very chill.
Yeah, she's just so fucking mellow. It's unbelievable.
I love it. Well, thank you for coming on. Promote the new book, A Hard Kick in the Nuts, What I've Learned from a Lifetime of Terrible Decisions. This will be out in a couple of weeks, but the book comes out today. So by the time this airs, available everywhere.
Yeah.
So you're doing the whole tour at Barstool?
As I understand it, I think I'm doing BFFs and KFC. So is
Got
that
it.
the whole tour?
Yeah, that's a good amount. I always wonder with guys like you who are doing these big, like whether it's a book tour, a movie tour, going to a lot of places. Do you have any idea like where you are or who you're talking to, or publicists just like, hey, this is next, this is next? Yeah, I always wonder that.
Give yourself some credit, brother. Of course I know who I'm talking to and where I'm at right now.
All right, I'll give it a little. I never know. It's like I know the media tours can be a lot. Well, I do appreciate that.
Barstool is a big deal. And I'll tell you, I know a guy who will not ever stop dropping your name and my name for that matter, because it's this I bought my own tour bus. Candidly, it's a piece of shit RV, which I wrapped to make it look like it's a tour bus, but it's just nothing but problems the whole time. It's a fucking nightmare. And because it's a piece of shit RV that I own, there's not like a network of drivers for it. So we had to like search around to find somebody to hire a driver. And this one guy we landed on, his name is Frank, I will say no more, will not shut up about how he provided drivers for the Barstool tour bus, which I believe was also a piece of shit RV.
That is one of the more factual statements. When you start going down the shitty tour bus like road, we have done that in every way possible through the years as we've grown. Can't really afford the nice tour buses we've had. I don't know if you're gonna say you had the same driver. Like we had one of the same drivers. His name was Tim. Real sweetheart, but he was unwilling to drive at night, which kind of... we had that guy. Imagine having a tour bus guy who wouldn't drive at night. Yeah, we've had that. We've had everything.
Dude, that's like the worst of both worlds with that, because like, you know, any time that would otherwise be useful, you're driving. Whereas if the guy drives at night, you can just sort of sleep during the rough part, magically wake up where you're supposed to be, and actually have some use of your day.
Yeah, no, I remember that. We've had all sorts. I remember we had a tour bus one of the first times. The Super Bowl was in San Francisco, and the tour bus couldn't go up hills. I don't know if anybody is familiar with San Francisco. It's all hills. So like we'd have to go somewhere 5 minutes away. It would take us like 2 hours to go like around the city. So we've had a lot of tour bus episodes.
You're using the term tour bus very lightly in this case. I think a tour bus would be able to go up a hill, no problem.
I don't know that we've actually had what I would say is an official. We've never had one. Let me put
I'm on one. I'm on one right now.
I was gonna say Breeze is crazy looking.
Mine is pretty sick.
Is it a Prevost?
It's like it's a huge tour bus and it's pretty sick and
Wait
it's nice.
a minute, but we don't own that, do we?
Yeah, no, it's just for a month. So I guess it's not official.
The way it works in the world of tour buses is it's either a Prevost or it's a piece of shit RV.
And in the world of Barstool, where like I start myself, like I was paying for them, I was buying them, we weren't renting them. We never had one that you could take a shit in. Let me put it that way.
Right.
It's like it was you pull over, you get out. If you go to the bathroom, and it's a major problem. Yeah, Breeze, yours just from what you're looking at looks nice, but that's the new.
I don't know. Looking at that looks like an RV window you're sitting next to. I don't know that screams Prevost to me.
Well, the little like electric sign, I'm easily impressed. Like whatever that is above her. Like
there's two bathrooms. There's a shower. Nice. It's pretty nice.
Oh, there you go.
Shower. That's pretty legit.
So, Steve-O, you've been in the public spot. Like I remember growing up watching Jackass and all that. you're pretty candid about being an attention whore, nearing 50. So kind of like my age, how do you still crave it as much to be like everyone talking about you? So you don't think that's ever going to go away?
Yeah, I'm resigned to that being. I think this is in my DNA. I'm an attention whore through and through.
So then, are you evolving? Are you like on TikTok and shit?
Yep.
Are you huge on TikTok? Like, what's your TikTok?
Not huge. Like, I would be considerably more prolific on TikTok if it wasn't such a fucking pussified platform. I mean, dude, they're so sensitive on there. Like, shit that's totally fine on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. Like, TikTok is the one platform that's just like, nope, that's against our community guidelines. So I just don't give as much of a fuck about TikTok.
Is it because you can't post like old clips from like the Jackass movies and stuff like that? Is that
no? I mean, I posted one this morning that was filmed last week, and TikTok has me on permanent probation, where whenever I try to post something, it's unshareable. It doesn't show up. It's under review. Yeah. And the completely new clip I posted this morning did not survive the review process. And it's probably fair enough. Understandable why, because the clip was of me swinging on a swing set, which was mounted to a cube truck and driving over 50 miles an hour down the freeway in Los Angeles. So
it makes sense.
Right.
That's a brand new clip.
Yeah, I shot that last week. You know, it's not really in my nature to just be like, hey, my book's out. Like, here's a flyer. Like, I wrapped a cube truck with my book art and mounted a swing set on it and went cruising around Los Angeles, swinging around like a real G.
So then here's a question for you. And the reason we start BFFs is I thought Barstool, we've been doing Barstool close to 20 years now. I was like, all right, well, this TikTok stuff, I'm not in it. Barstool's not in it. We have to find a way to reach where I think younger people are. TikTok was the reason. Enter Josh, who was huge on TikTok, and we kind of met and we basically meshed. How do you, with your thirst to be culturally relevant, if you can't do shit on TikTok, like what do you do? Where do you go? Like, I don't see kids reading this book. No offense. Maybe I'm wrong. Do kids read? I don't even know. I don't think people fucking read anymore.
Kids don't really read. No, I don't. I think you've got that right. You know, this could be an exercise in simply wasting time, but I don't know that
I didn't mean
I'm not tripping at all. But I know I've done a ton of Barstool shows, but have I ever been on one with you yourself?
No.
There you go. And so if nothing else, it's great to be on the show with you. I'm wildly impressed and much less concerned about whether or not kids are going to read my book than just that this approach to taking one successful thing and then just multiplying it. Like you've essentially got a network of shows and a bona fide empire of media, and that's the kind of shit that turns me on, man. Like our buddy at No Jumper has done the same thing. Like so many different people are doing this, and God, I curse myself because I've got this super talented editor, producer of content, but he's just so fucking lazy and unmotivated. If that guy was a hustler, I'd be like you.
You actually sound exactly like me, because I probably say that about a lot of our employees. But honestly, the reason I asked that it was more, we're similar in ages, and I see similarities in the way you've described, like trying to stay relevant.
Right.
I don't know that I do it. Like, I've always said I do it for money. Like, I'm trying to, I just want to be as rich as fucking possible and make as much for Barstool. I don't know that I care about people knowing who I am, but it's the same thought process. Like,
right.
It's when people say to Barstool, and I think you guys have in Josh's example, like I think everybody, regardless of age, was going to see Jackass. I don't think that was like a 35 plus demo.
Right.
I don't
No,
think.
I think
no. I mean, we
Jackass-
grew up watching
No.
it. Yeah.
Jackass has effectively defied demographics, you know.
Correct.
And it makes sense that it should have, because even old ladies are going to slow down and create traffic so that they can get a good view of the carnage at the side of the road. And Jackass has just basically been about creating carnage on purpose. So, yeah, it's good.
How are you? Are you still? I read all our sheets. Are you on great terms with all the Jackass people?
Very much, man.
So
very much. And despite sort of the odds, you know, at this point, with everything that's happened with Bam and him suing Jackass and all the rest of it, I really have somehow become like the Switzerland of Jackass. You know, I have a great relationship with Bam. I spoke to him a couple nights ago. I've got a great relationship with Knoxville and the rest of the guys. And, you know, looking at Jackass as essentially a band, you know, like we're a band. And how many great bands have just gone on to hate each other, you know, break up, the quarrel over money, like whatever. And it's just amazing that Jackass, the band, has endured despite me personally bringing to the table the precise energy that broke up all those great rock bands. You know,
which and that energy being like
you know, I came into this last movie, particularly the contract negotiations, like just like a bull in a china shop. You know, I was like, dudes, fucking, it's been 10 years since the last movie, and I spent those 10 years hustling, like building myself up. So this time around, I'm not going for the same fucking deal, you know. And like I had a big chip on my shoulder, kind of, because in the history, throughout the history of Jackass, I had always just found out what I was going to get and agreed to it. I never so much as countered an offer once, and I was kind of like pissed about that. I just felt like for this time I'm gonna fight for a better deal. You know, I was trying to kind of do that to you know, do that for the younger version of me that never stood up for himself. And my way of going about it was just plain fucking awful. You know?
Did you end up getting what you felt you deserved in the end?
No, not even. Not even.
Not even close?
Not even close. No. Yeah. And in hindsight, to the extent that the point I was making about all of the work I'd done to build myself up, to establish, you know, ancillary revenue streams, you know, to the point that was valid, like I got way more out of this last movie, you know, because of it. Because I had other revenue streams, because I had like, you know, like, so the level of the sea raises all ships or whatever, you know. I got a lot of fucking ships, so I'm pretty stoked.
What was that? The level of the sea raises all. A rising tide floats all ships.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. When the sea level rises, all the ships rise. And I got a lot of ships.
Together, yeah.
What are you big on, like aging and dying right now? Is that as you kind of midlife crisis?
Aging and dying? No. Like that was, I had a brain fart just before, but you said, you know, I'm all about making money. I want to be as rich as fucking possible. And, you know, for the first, like, however long, I was genuinely convinced that I would never live to be 30 years old. I just pictured myself just going out in a blaze of glory, just wasted and fun. I never expected to live. And then when I got sober in 2008, all of a sudden, it really fucking terrified me. I was like, oh, wait, hold on a second. Now I might actually only be halfway through my life. You know, I felt like I was staring down the barrel of potentially many more decades, and you know, in an inherently precarious career, having burned all of the bridges in it. Now I'm like in this sober world, and I don't even know if I can continue to. I thought that my earnings potential, if it hadn't already fallen off a cliff, was teetering on the edge of one. Plus, I got sober in 2008, so like all of everything that I had saved was like not entirely wiped out, but more than half gone. And I was like, "Fuck, dude, I don't know how I'm gonna eat for the rest of my life, and I might live for a long, long time," and that was scary. So for the first time when I got sober, I became like really interested in becoming a better businessman and being good about money. And it doesn't change the dynamic of being an attention whore. But before, all I ever wanted was just to be remembered forever. Now I want to make the most fucking money possible.
Yeah, and I should qualify on my statement, what was I saying? Like when I started Barstool, like I had all aliases. I didn't say who I was. I started, it's like I hated my 9 to 5. I was cold calling. It's like I couldn't imagine waking up every day and doing this. So it's like I want to start my own thing. I never was planning on being a character in my thing. It was like, okay, let's start a business. And I've always looked at it. People say I'm full of shit now because I've become a character and a personality, but I've always looked at it like if you told me, Dave, no one knows who you are, but Barstool's worth 10x what it is now, I'd be like, oh, 10x. Like I believe that. Some people are like, no, you're full of shit. You like the fame part, but I always did it as a business. I guess that was what I was trying to say with it. As I've gotten older, like we made enough. I'm the same age as you. I'm happy with where we are financially, but you do start thinking about things probably a little differently.
I think that it's safe to say that you becoming a character in the thing has got a lot to do with why it's 10x. You know, I mean, I think that you are like the success of Barstool Sports, much like the success of the UFC, is about the president being a personality, and you know,
you by the way. Perfect segue. So you've done some stuff with our guy, Paddy the Baddy.
Oh yeah, what a great guy. You know, that dude is so fucking authentic. Like there's zero difference between him, like on camera, off camera, in the octagon, out of the eye. He's just the most matter of fact, just impressive fucking kid.
And Molly too. Yeah, the two of them. They're great. I think Molly is fighting. Are you going? They're going to be fighting
in December
at MSG.
At Madison Square Gardens. Yeah.
Yeah. So that should be a hell of a fight.
I think I'm on tour. I think I'll be on my shitty. I'll watch it on my shitty fucking RV.
I bet your RV is pretty nice right now.
It's all right. I built a skate park on it.
There's a skate park literally on it.
We built skate ramps on it, and actually skated them while driving down the highway.
What is your thoughts on all these new age like prank type videos that I would say, I mean, almost all of them, I would say, are spawn from Jackass?
I think that I remember when I got on YouTube in 2013. And dude, but when I got on YouTube in 2013, I had to swallow my pride to do that, man. I really did. I thought I've been in like all #1 box office movies. You know, I've had multiple like TV shows, my own show with my name in the title, and now I'm gonna like upload YouTube videos. It felt like the most humiliating demotion. I didn't see that there was any money in it, and it was the best thing I ever did. I just straight took control of my career, and I don't know what that has to do with the UFC, but
well, no, I didn't ask about the UFC. I asked about I said like all the new prank like
yeah, of course.
I would say like Nelk is born from you guys.
Okay, thank you for putting me back on track, man. I don't do well in the mornings. when I got on YouTube in 2013, it was all about the pranks. Like there was like this pranks were the hottest shit on YouTube. They were getting tens of millions of views per video, and I don't mind saying this either. Like the two of the biggest YouTube channels collaborated with me to launch mine. And when we were making videos to launch to do these collabs, these guys were like, "Oh man, we can film this prank, dude. We'll just fake it, like we'll set up the reaction." And I was like, "What?" And I told these guys, I said, "Yeah, you gotta understand, if I ever fake one fucking thing, then everything I've ever done in my career comes into question." And there's no fucking way I'm going to do that, like ever. And by faking it, I mean to deceive the audience. Right. Sometimes shit's fake, but you're not deceiving, you're not presenting it as real, which is what these guys were talking about doing. And what happened, like all of those fucking prank guys that were so popular that were running YouTube got called out for all their fucking fake shit. It was utterly humiliating, and they went the way of the dodo, as did the whole prank genre. Now Nelk does pranks, and they've got integrity, and I think that's why they're killing it. But pranks aren't as big of a thing anymore, I don't think.
Yeah. Question: sex addiction.
Sure.
What exactly? Like Josh probably has sex every fucking day with a different girl.
Wait. How do you transition from sex addiction to Josh?
Addict.
So is Josh a sex addict? What changes somebody from just liking sex and like, oh, pretty girl, I want to have sex, whatever it may be, Bree, like, oh, my friend's friend, gonna have sex with him, versus
fuck you,
just being a sex addict? Like, what's the difference?
I mean, the definition of addiction. And this I heard from Dr. Drew, is whenever you continue behavior despite there being consequences. Like if it's fucking up your life and you can't stop doing it despite the fact that it's fucking up your life, then I think that's the definition of addiction. So in the case of sex, you become a sex addict when it fucks up your life, like for me, the consequences that for me, there was like the sort of sociopathic behavior, this pattern that I would just repeat ad nauseum, where I would meet a woman, like feel infatuated about her, pour on the charm so that I got her on the hook, and then like act out sexually, and as soon as I got done, I was just over it and just wanted to be away from it. I would do the ghost routine, and that's just not the fucking way to treat people, man. Like this whole use them up and throw them away, like it's not only not treating people the way that you want to be treated, but in my case, it was treating people the way I most fear being treated myself. Like you don't have to be fucking Freud to know that I've got rejection and abandonment issues. And here I was just routinely rejecting and abandoning women. Like it's just terrible fucking karma. I had total shame about it. I felt like a piece of shit because I was a piece of shit. And as I approached 40 years old, I thought, well, this isn't the path to being really happy in life. Do I want to be 50 years old and like just trying to hump everything that moves? Like that's just not a good look. But my joke at the time was, I don't want to turn into Pauly Shore.
What a shot at Pauly Shore.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, whatever, like whatever the case may be, but like.
Oh no, I mean that's a shot at Pauly Shore.
It is. It is, but it's also in comedy circles, you understand that when you're staying in the headliner suite, you're basically rolling around in Pauly Shore's cum. That's just all there is to it, I subscribed to the idea that future happiness was really dependent on learning how to be in a healthy relationship, and and having a life partner, you know? And so I started out like by promising myself, man, I'm not gonna fucking act out on the road anymore. Cause like I would be on tour and do meet and greets after every single show, and every single meet and greet was, you know, basically an audition to see like, you know, who was going to suck my wiener that night, you know, like, and it was just, it just didn't feel rad, you know. I mean, it was kind of rad, but it was also like kind of icky. And I was like, I got to stop doing this if I'm going to be happy in life. And when I tried to stop, I couldn't. So then there's the addiction piece, is that I really made every effort to stop, and I just couldn't do it. So then I got into therapy, and, you know, it didn't take long in therapy for the therapist to say, you know, you got a real problem here, and I suggest you go to a sex addict rehab. And I resisted that for a while, and I ended up going into this IOP program. And then, you know, I just took it seriously like I did with drugs and alcohol. And
how long is that? How long
it was an intensive outpatient program that lasted for 2 weeks, you know, but I gave it hell. And when that program ended, I had a whole bunch of dates on my tour schedule. And I was like, fuck, man, like if I could come out of this program and just go back on the road, like I'm a dead duck. So I reached out to somebody I knew who was a double winner in both the alcohol program and the sex program, and asked that person to come on tour with me as a professional cock blocker, like a sober companion, to just be there and sell my merch for me. And so when I'm doing the meet and greet, taking the photos and signing the shit, it's my homeboy right there at the table selling the merch and like as that sober companion. And that worked well. That guy was like, he's like, dude, you don't have a credit card swiper. You only have a t-shirt and a book. And we built an empire out of selling merch, me and that guy. And I took it seriously. And I gotta say that once you stop chasing pussy around, like not only does the shame, the guilt, you know, the anxiety, like kind of fall away, but dude, without all the distractions, I'm fucking pretty laser focused on what I want to accomplish, and I get shit done. And now I've got this great life partner who just helps me get shit done. So I'm fucking kind of killing it.
Yeah, I mean, that I think though is like a trick to like the world. Most guys and girls, like the old Simpsons episode, I think, when he like, I forget what happens, or it was Costanza actually from Seinfeld. He becomes like the smartest guy in the world when he's no longer interested in girls. So I mean that is
safe to say that sexual acting out has probably destroyed more careers, like more you know, it's caused more people to fall from grace than anything else.
Well, what did you think of the Adam Levine stuff? Have you followed any of that?
Yeah, seen those DMs?
I saw enough about it that it didn't seem like there was yeah, okay, no, he cheated. I mean, he said. And then he said he didn't cheat. So it seemed to like really undermine his mea culpa by saying he didn't cheat when it seems very clear that he did cheat.
Yeah, and for somebody who has openly acknowledged that you haven't treated women at times the best, ghosting, whatever, the thing that went viral was the female who he had, according to her, an affair with. Instead, a year later, his wife, the Victoria's Secret model, who was about to give birth to their child, he sent her DM being like, hey.
Oh, yeah, I want to name the kid.
After you.
For somebody who's acknowledged, like, yo, I've done some fucked up shit, where would you put that on the scheme of fucked up?
I think that it's quite the feat that, you know, in the final analysis, more than the reprehensible behavior of cheating, like the headline here is how fucking embarrassing that DM was.
You had a lot. I mean, that one was shocking.
I mean, it's shocking how fucking pitiful and embarrassing that suggestion of naming the baby, that like it outshines the terribleness of the cheating.
Yeah.
I got to ask you about this. This is, again, if this is incorrect, you can just go after Austin, who's in the room, who's the producer. But it says that you were all in on Doomsday in 2012.
Oh yeah, big time. And
So
I love
you
that,
thought
dude,
the world-
you're doing the ultimate Howard Stern right here, where you got someone else to read the book and give you the notes, and I applaud that, dude. That's professional.
I appreciate it.
You don't have time to read a goddamn book. You got people for that, and he got it
one
right.
of those. Listen, if TV was invented before books, nobody would read.
You say that a lot.
Yeah. If TV was invented before books, nobody would have books.
Yeah, but TV was invented after books, and still nobody fucking reads. So
some people read. So
they're like, hey man, I just want to be a New York Times bestselling author twice. Okay.
What happens? All right. So you think Doomsday is coming? You got a day, 2012. You're fully in. You geared up. You wake up the next day, it's like, oh, still here.
Okay,
what
well,
is that like?
Or what is the day that you think is the last day? Like, what did you do on your last day on Earth?
Let me
What was your last meal?
qualify. Let me qualify this being all in. It started out when I was like still fucking, watching people walk around my apartment who were never actually there. Like I was hallucinating in a big way, man. It was like voices in my fucking head and I was out of my mind. And like the mere suggestion that like December, whatever the day was in 2012 was going to be the end of the world. Like that's all you had to say. You had me at, you
had me at hello.
Yeah, you had me at hello for sure. And embarrassingly, I was still pretty on board with that after I got sober. Now granted, like I had a lot of, like I was not okay for a good 9 months after I got sober. I was still fucking in pretty bad shape. And again, that was 2008. But as the time really came closer, like in the year of 2012, I was kind of past the idea that there was going to be like a formal end of the world on that day. And I had become a little bit more sophisticated in my doomsday philosophy that we were going to see the collapse of the dollar, which I think is still an inevitability. It's just a matter of time. We were going to see like a water crisis. We could have like natural disasters. Like I really...
Like a Nostradamus type vague situation.
Right. There's no timeline on it, but I started stockpiling water. I started buying gold, like physical gold coins, and, flying to, go stash them in other places.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Like I was pretty gnarly. I was pretty gnarly.
So is the money still there?
You mean
you
the
still
gold
have the
coins? Are they
gold?
still
Yeah.
stashed? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So all right, you're ready for it to come. We
Anytime.
mentioned
Probably should cut it there, Davies. We're pretty over.
Well, I was just gonna end it. I was gonna Austin, you took my steam. I was gonna say we said the book. If you want to say what the book was about, to do one last promo. I have it all in here, Austin.
All right. I mean,
Fucking
dude,
up the transition, Austin.
The book is about how fucking recklessly out of control I am, even after you take away the drugs and alcohol. Like I'm a fucking gnarly maniac, and to anybody that can read, this is basically TMZ level reading about what a fucking disaster my life is, even when I'm clean and sober. And because I had already had a memoir come out before, which was a New York Times bestseller, very well reviewed, 5 stars on Amazon, this book had to have some kind of an angle because sadly, memoir part 2 is not a thing. So I made it a book of wisdom. It's kind of hilarious that Steve-O is now a self-help author. And I take every advantage to let that be funny. And surprisingly, I've actually learned some shit through making terrible decisions my whole life. So,
all right. Well, go get the book
amazing.
if you're listening. You're a fan, obviously huge and been around forever. I don't mean as insult.
Yeah, dude. Hey,
we're
man,
the same age.
I'm properly fucking old, and it's terrifying.
Yeah, I hear that. I feel that. Thank you for coming in. Nice to finally meet you.
Yeah, likewise, man. Congrats on all the success, and hope to see you at a UFC fight soon.
For sure. Love it. Thank you.
Right on, man.
Yep. Thank you.